So just walking through the Mercedes-Benz arena here in Atlanta after Eddie Howe's latest press conference. It feels like a marathon of press conferences from Eddie Howe. He'll definitely feel that way because he hasn't had much time to even process what's been going on. It's just been that much of a rushed trip here, and I think he better walk the other way because I'm blocking the Brighton dressing room. So yeah, he said before on this trip that he knew it was going to be intense. He knew that there wouldn't be much downtime, and he's been proved exactly right. I mean, to be fair, I had a good idea that would be the case as well, because I've been to America before with Newcastle, and there is no respite. So it's one for Eddie Howe to now start focusing on Chelsea. So a little bit about the press conference. Eddie Howe in it stating that nothing imminent in terms of players coming in, but they're still trying. He acknowledged that they have to do more business, and his next point was two outgoings, Jamal Lewis to Watford on loan, and then you have the prospect of Carl Darlow going to Leeds on loan. So it's one where he'll feel that he needs to trim that squad down. I think he's known that for quite some time now. He's got 5 goalkeepers. There is a glimpse of the pitch there in the background. We'll certainly be seeing more of that in the next 24 hours. But we're not allowed to go through at the moment because Chelsea are training. Which brings me perfectly on my next point from the press conference. Eddie Howe wondering how Chelsea had swung the opportunity to train on that magnificent arena out there ahead of Newcastle, who trained at a sort of university athletics place today. He basically, nothing wrong with the facility, by the way. That's the Atlanta United setup there. Nothing wrong with the facility where Newcastle trained, but from his point of view, probably would have liked to have got out there and done a session in one of the best stadiums in world sport, but he was unable to, and Chelsea have definitely swung one over Newcastle on that one. But yeah, I think he'll now just focus on the game. I think it's going to be an interesting one because it'll tell you exactly where Newcastle are. The Villa game was a real examination of Newcastle's pre-season and the struggle at times, but got the 3-3 draw. Chelsea will be just as tough under Pochettino, so he's going to know that he's going to know exactly where his team stand at the end of this. At the end of this tour, haven't played Villa, Chelsea, Brighton. We'll know exactly what they're going to have to do in the new season. And I am actually just 2 seconds. So yeah, another look around here. I mean, this is just unbelievable, this place where Atlanta United play. Darren Eales knows it well. Miguel Almiron knows it well. And tomorrow Newcastle hopefully will know it well by the end of it. It'll be, hopefully they've got a good memory to take away with them. I've now got to negotiate my way back round. So yeah, just leaving back outside now, and you know, this game tomorrow night is going to be played in unbelievable heat. It's scorching here at the moment. It's like 7:30 at night. It's just unbelievable. So going back to where Eddie Howe will feel at the end of this trip, that, you know, his team will have had that tough examination of exactly what, you know, the Premier League season is going to bring, and it just feels like it is sort of building. It's not so much pressure, but it's yeah. So yeah, back to it. Eddie Howe, Premier League season. Even mentioned in the press conference, what's the expectation? Newcastle know they're going to have to live with that expectation, I suppose, because even Pochettino in his press conference, you know, discussing, you know, who the top 5 is going to be. He doesn't want Chelsea in that talk. He said it in there. He says, you know, we just want to concentrate on our business. I mean, they are going to get thrown in automatically, but he's trying to play the pressure down on his team and pile it on Newcastle. And a lot of other managers will do it. You know for a fact that Jurgen Klopp will do it. But yeah, it's going to be an unbelievably tough season. Eddie, you know, had he finished in the Europa Conference League place last season, I think everyone would have been celebrating that. They end up punching above the weight almost and finishing the Champions League, but they've got to get on with that now. And that's why it's important to get the right squad and get that right cover, because if injuries cut in, and I think Newcastle are short, if I'm being totally honest, short of quality. But look, by the end of this trip, they're going to know exactly what's needed, and I think there will be late business. When I say late business, I mean when we get back, and very late in the window. I'm laughing because I'm just about to negotiate an escalator. So here we go, an automatic one. It's not moving, it's one of them ones, so you'll just have to bear with us. So we made it at the top of that escalator. That is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Really impressive. So Newcastle United will be plying the trade tomorrow night. And yeah, I mean, I'll try and recap today. You know, it's been a busy one. We had the open training this morning. Then there was Harvey Barnes' first press conference, which took place in a the bottom of a very, very hot stand. I thought he was really impressive in his sort of debut bow with the media. And then we moved on to a little bit further downtown to a street soccer facility, which local youngsters, it's just an unbelievable initiative. I'll put some pictures up of it later. And the Newcastle and Brentford players went down there to meet youngsters, and it was brilliant really. I mean, Miguel Almiron, who knows this area well, he was there and they all looked up to him, you know. It's he's a very popular player here, so that was an interesting thing. Then we had the press conference, which I've just left now. So unbelievable really. It's one of those vast, huge cities, and I mean, it's completely different to Philadelphia, where we've just been. Totally different vibe, and yeah, I think a lot of fans who are coming here will enjoy it. We know many of them are doing all 3 games, and I think Eddie Howe really, and his players, they fully appreciate that support. They were let them all in at training today, so that was good to see. And I think they just want to give them results. I spoke to Kieran Trippier in the press conference there, and I said, how important are these results? And he said, well, we want to win no matter if it's friendly or not. And you know, he means it. I think he came off at half time the other night, and I think he was devastated that he had to come off because he wanted to help push on and get the win. So that's where Newcastle are right now. It's match day tomorrow, so we'll bring you more updates from Atlanta.